It's time for another top 5, and it's a big one, the top 5 road bikes of 2021. Despite 2020 being a strange old year, it hasn't stopped brands releasing some mighty fine bikes. So in no particular order, let's get on with the show. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the little bell icon so you get a notification every time we upload a new video. We're starting off this list on a somber tone, with the death of a bike well loved by sprinters and wind cheaters alike, the Specialized Venge. But who killed this aerodynamic classic? Was it Trek, Canyon, or perhaps a boutique brand like Parley? Well, not quite. In an act of corporate sabotage or excellent marketing, Specialized killed off their own bike by designing one bike to rule them all, the Tarmac SL7. Way back in 2018, riders usually had to choose between an aero bike and a lightweight climbing bike, as at the time it was pretty difficult to combine the two. Fast forward to today, and the Big S have been able to combine the aerodynamics of the Venge and the feathery weight of the Tarmac into one sublime package. As you can see, the design is incredibly clean with no ungainly cables, lumps or bumps. This means the Tarmac is nearly as aerodynamic as the Venge, although Specialized have yet to provide any numbers on this. However, along with slipperiness, the new Tarmac weighs just 6.7 kilograms in its lightest build, putting it right up there with the best World Tour climbing bikes. As you'd expect, a world-class wind-cheating design at a competitive weight doesn't come cheap, with the SL7 costing £10,499 in its fanciest spec. But hey, you're getting basically an aero and climbing bike for the price of one, so in fact it's a total bargain. Don't forget to let us know what you think about our logic in the comments. From one American classic to another, we now head to Wisconsin, where you'll find Trek and their all-new Emonda. The Emonda caused quite a stir when it first released in 2014, with a top-spec complete build coming well under 5 kilograms. However, times have moved on, and race bikes are skewing more towards true all-rounders rather than hyper-focused lightweight machines. Case in point, the new Emonda is now disc-only and features clearance for wider tyres. These will both add weight, which isn't ideal for what was once considered a pure climbing bike. But crucially, they make the bike more comfortable and more confidence-inspiring on the descents. All good things if you're racing in the World Tour. As you'd expect, it's also become more aero, with hardly a cable in sight on top-spec models. Although the more pleasing development for us is Trek ditching their unpopular BB90 press-fit bottom bracket standard for the better and more user-friendly T47. There's no doubt this new Emonda is an exciting development, but part of us can't help miss the old model. It was one of the last truly lightweight rim brake bikes and has a strong possibility of becoming a sought-after classic in years to come. Another modern-day classic which has seen a major reworking for 2021 is BMC's Team Machine. Now, forgive us for repeating ourselves, but just like the Tarmac and Emonda, BMC have made their flagship climbing bike more aero, more integrated, and every other cycling marketing term you can dream up. The top-spec model costs a bonkers £10,250. It's one of, if not the lightest of the new all-rounder race bikes in 2021. It also features the same aero bottle cage design as found on the BMC Team Machine, which is said to be more aerodynamic than a traditional cage design. So hey, in 2021 you can be well hydrated and aerodynamic at the same time. What a time to be alive! Looks are obviously subjective, but we think the Team Machine looks absolutely amazing, and a bike you'll be keeping an eye on when parked outside the local cafe. By now, you're probably thinking 2021 is the year of the all-round race bike. But fear not, as to keep the long-distance riders amongst you happy, those lovely folk at Cervelo have come through with an all-new, all-round endurance bike called the Caledonia. It features huge clearance for 35mm tyres and even has a mudguard mounting system, so you can continue riding your expensive all-round endurance bike well into the winter months. To make things a little more confusing, there are two versions of the frame. The Caledonia 5 has aero-optimised tube profiles and an integrated cockpit, while the standard Caledonia takes inspiration from the rounder tube shapes of the Cervelo R series. We expect to see the Caledonia 5 being well suited to races like the Spring Classics, but with the aforementioned huge tyre clearances and the option to add mudguards, it could be a great option for ultra-endurance races like the Transcontinental or Transatlantic Way, where riders need a bike that's fast and able to deal with the rigours of riding all day for days on end. We wanted to make our last pick a little bit left field, something to make you think. But in order to prevent commenter Armageddon, we ended up going for the truly mainstream and truly amazing Giant TCR. It's an all-time classic, being loved by racers, bike testers, sportive riders and anyone else lucky enough to swing their leg over one since 1998. Just like every other bike on this list, there are claims of reduced weight, increased stiffness, aerodynamics and comfort. Although the real headline figure has to be a top-spec disc frame set weighing an impressive 765 grams. Where the TCR differs is by including an integrated seat mast. These can be a worry for some riders. You sure don't want to mess up measuring your saddle height or cutting the post. It can also make them tricky to sell. Fortunately, Giant have you covered by offering 2 clamps with every SL frame set and bike. The larger clamp has up to 45mm of adjustment, meaning there's plenty of options to play with your saddle height and bike fit. A final thumbs up goes to Giant as they still offer a frame-only TCR model with rim brakes, so you'll still be able to get your rim brake fix on a truly modern bike in 2021. And for some reason, that makes us smile. So there's our list. Did we get it right, or should we have picked something else? As always, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notified every time we upload a new video.